Hello, my name is Rachel Rosenthal, and in this video I will be explaining the new nutrition facts label to my roommate. In this video I will be explaining the different aspects of the nutrition label, such as calories, serving size, percent daily value, as well as just what nutrients are included on the nutrition facts label. For this assignment, I will be teaching my roommate more about the nutrition label using a can of black beans, and then I will be quizzing her about what she has learned using a box of Good Thins crackers. So this is my roommate Genevieve, and I'm going to be explaining a little bit more about the new nutrition facts label to her. So starting off, each food product has a principal display panel that will include the food's statement of identity, or its name established by law, or the common name for the product, as well as the net quantity statement, which includes the weight of the food product and any sort of water or liquid that is contained in it, but it does not include the weight of the actual package itself. There is also a drained weight that's included if the packing medium is normally discarded after production. So the information panel is extremely important, and it includes the name and address of the manufacturer, packer, or distributor, the ingredient list, nutrition labeling, and any required allergy labeling. So for this can, it says that Publix Supermarket Incorporation is the distributor, and it gives the address of Lakeland, Florida. And it also includes the ingredient list of prepared black beans, water, and salt. And there are no allergies listed, meaning that there are no allergens or common allergens in this food product. So starting January 1st of 2020, major food manufacturers were required to switch to a new nutrition label. The actual look of the label is exactly the same, but new nutrients were included while others were taken out, and there have also been changes in font size and bolding or regular font size. Serving size for these black beans is half a cup. The serving size for food approximates the amount of food customarily eaten at one time and is not a recommendation of how much to eat. The font for serving size has been bolded, making it more noticeable and easier to read as a consumer. In addition, nutrition labels contain a serving per container category that indicates how many servings are in the container if you follow the average serving size provided. The calories provided on a food product is based on the serving size. Calories are listed in a larger font that is bolded so that it's easier to see and your eyes naturally gravitate towards it. For these beans, the calories per serving is 120. Based on this value, the number of calories is relatively moderate because 100 calories per serving is considered moderate and 400 calories per serving is considered high. It is important to balance your consumed calories with the number of calories your body uses. 2,000 calories are used as a guide for general nutrition advice, but your individual needs may be higher or lower and vary due to additional factors such as your age, weight, height. So daily values are a reference for the amount of nutrients to consume or not to exceed each day, and are used to calculate the percent daily value.
What's the percent daily value?
The percent daily value shows how much of a nutrient is in a serving of food that contributes to your total daily diet. So a percent daily value that is 5% or less is considered very low, and a percent daily value that exceeds 20% is considered extremely high. To list the nutrients on this nutrition facts label, to start, their total fat of this food is 0.5 grams or 1% daily value. There is no saturated or trans fats. There is 0 milligrams of cholesterol, 170 milligrams or 7% daily value of sodium. Total carbohydrates is 22 grams with an 8% daily value. Dietary fiber is 5 grams with an 18% daily value. Total sugars is less than 1 gram, and there are 0 grams of added sugars. There are 7 grams of protein, 0 micrograms of vitamin D, 50 milligrams or 4% daily value of calcium, 1.7 milligrams or 10% daily value of iron, and 480 milligrams or 10% daily value of potassium. So something different between this new nutrition facts label and the old nutrition facts label is that it includes added sugar content. Added sugar content can include sugars that are either added during the processing of food or are packaged as such, and it includes sugar from syrups and honey, as well as sugars from concentrated fruits or vegetable juices. It's ideal to aim for less than 10% of your total daily value of added sugars. In addition to having added sugar content now on a nutrition facts label, they've also added vitamin D and potassium as required vitamins and minerals. Because most Americans don't get the recommended amount for these nutrients, vitamin A and C are no longer included on the nutrition label because deficiencies of these vitamins are relatively rare today in comparison to the deficiencies of vitamin D and potassium. So after all of the nutrients are listed on the nutrition facts label, there is an asterisk that indicates the new daily value footnote. The daily value disclaimer states that the percent daily value tells you how much a nutrient in a serving of food contributes to a daily diet of 2,000 calories per day, and it's used to give general nutrition advice. However, if you are trying to lose weight or gain weight, you need to adjust this information based on the amount of calories you consume or your individual caloric needs rather than going off of this 2,000 calorie per day daily value. We are trying to limit the amount of saturated fat, trans fat, sodium, and added sugars that we take into our diet because these nutrients are associated with an increased risk for developing conditions such as high blood pressure or cardiovascular disease. So, based on this food product, there is no saturated or trans fats, a very low sodium daily value percentage, and no added sugars, making this can of black beans a relatively high quality food item since you don't have these nutrients in such a high quantity. It is recommended to get more dietary fiber, vitamin D, calcium, and potassium because a lot of Americans tend to be deficient in these nutrients in their daily diet. In this food, there is a moderate to high level of dietary fiber and a moderate amount of iron and potassium. However, this product has an extremely low daily value percentage of calcium and vitamin D. So if you want to try and get a higher amount of calcium and vitamin D in your diet, it would be a good idea to balance this out with another food item that's high in vitamin D and calcium, such as spinach, kale, or some type of fish such as salmon or sardines. So before we get started on seeing what you've learned so far, do you have any questions you want to ask?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
So starting with your quiz, I'm going to be giving you this box of good things, and you're going to just answer some questions I have about the new nutrition facts label based off what you see.
Cool.
So for starters, just read off the percent daily values for each nutrient and give me the definition of a daily value or percent daily value.
Percent daily value shows how much a nutrient in a serving of food contributes to a total daily diet based on an intake of 2,000 calories per day. So the percent daily values on this box, total fat is 2%, saturated fat 0%, cholesterol is 0%, sodium is 8%, total carbohydrates is 9%, dietary fiber is 4%, added sugars is 0%, vitamin D is 0%, calcium is 0%, iron is 4%, and potassium is 0%.
Awesome! Good job!
So as you told me, a percent daily value is considered low if it's under 5%, and it's considered high if it's above 20%. On this nutrition label, we don't have any high ones, but we do have a lot of low ones. So total fat is low, saturated fat, cholesterol, dietary fiber, added sugars, vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium are all low.
Perfect. And it's also a good thing that saturated fat is 0% because, as we said before, it is associated in high intakes with an increase in cardiovascular disease or high blood pressure. So we want to kind of limit that intake. So 0% for saturated fat is pretty good. So to add more balance in your diet and increase your intake of these nutrients that have low daily value, what are some things that you could do?
So I could have these crackers with a glass of milk and probably a side of hummus. The milk is high in vitamin D, calcium, and potassium, and the hummus is high in iron.
Perfect. If you were to have double the serving size for this product, how many crackers would that be and how many calories would that be?
So based on the serving size of 38 crackers for 120 calories, I would multiply each of these values by 2, getting a total of 76 crackers and 240 calories.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I hope you learned some more about nutrition labels
I did.
and are going to be on the lookout when you go and buy new products.